I don't even know where the people out of my plane landed in relation to me.
Then they set Martelise.
It creates so much confusion that they didn't know where our center of activities was or what we were doing. This was further compounded by dropping dummy parachutes. Now, I never saw a dummy parachute, but I was told they were small bodies.
Parachute. Now, regulation parachute was 28 feet. It had 28 panels. Each panel was a foot. And they made nylon and silk parachutes. Now the nylon, the silk, they just opened up, pop open and everything. But the nylon, they had to have a small chute open up first, and open the other up. And they weren't near as sensitive for you try to maneuver them and everything, and they were a lot harder to maneuver than the silk chute and everything. Shoot, everybody wanted Martelise to
all of the accesses
Utah Beach
to get the beach landing forces protection until they could come up and...
Glider?
Huh?
Did you ever ride in a glider?
Everybody had to qualify.
I wouldn't go on that glider for nothing.
Standard equipment with a glider with birth bags.
Death traps. The glider...
You never got a glider without throwing up.
And they did a very fine job. We got something they didn't.
The biggest training in gliders was to rope tied. Last year,
the main difference in our view is that they didn't get paid.
You couldn't have a Jeep come loose, you couldn't have a gun come loose or anything, you know. And the biggest training was to be able to tie things down so that they never moved.
Even though they went in those crazy plywood paper shells.
They put a Jeep in the glider and then put 8 men inside the Jeep.
Right in the Jeep,
Huh?
Right in the Jeep?
Mm-hmm. Huh. See, the nose opened up.
No.
That's the way you got out. The nose opened up.
They don't come in the parachute. But like in normal days, the glider...
The British had the horseless glider, the great big huge glider.
The biggest reason for being troops in by glider.
Ours was small, and they pulled 2 of them, see?
At least all in the same place. And you load the individual down a couple hundred pounds, you put half a ton of glider. And up to and including small in the tank.
Wasn't much extra room in there. Wasn't much room in one of those.
No.
Something like 2 airborne regiments, 1 glider regiment, and later I think it was 3 in 1 or 4 in 1. Same process, the British had glider and parachute mixed than the Germans.
Every open space was crammed with
Soviets had pioneered the use back in the 30s.
With ammunition.
The glider allowed you to put heavy weapons, at least some heavy weapons down with the airborne troops, and that's your biggest lack.
Machine gun
The
or...
airborne troops basically are light infantry when they land. There were 2 types of gliders. The American glider was called a CG-4A. It held 12 men.
The glider, the biggest danger was the glider for landing.
The British gliders were a little...
The only way a glider
they
could
were larger. They were built
reduce airspeed was a circle.
They were intended to break into
A circle. Well, when they circled slow, they would just dead meat for a machine gun or
from the 2 halves.
even, you know. So what they would do rather than try to circle, they'd find 2 trees or find a hedge or something like that to go into it.
We took off without incident. We went over the channel. We flew over.
They wouldn't try to
900 feet.
reduce speed.
Breaking day. That's it.
October. glider pilots was how their muscles, their arms and their arms and chest, the back and everything, how strong they were. They had them. They actually maneuvered those damn things with their
25, 30 miles maybe at the most where we went across. We released at the correct height, and what we hadn't noticed in the photographs was that the pop
better than 55 caliber mortar for just for 50.
Once we're off the beach,
The Army had 60 caliber. They had 55 caliber for us. They cut the base plate down. So it wouldn't be so heavy to carry.
And suddenly it was alive, this whole new tactical problem, which the American Army solved very quickly.
A pot blind
of
a duck hunter would have. Duck right down
up there of
here comes a German helmet.
why Germans?
Looking diagonally.
They couldn't do anything without taking orders.
She goes up.
They couldn't do anything on their own. I mean, they didn't.
Wasn't shooting, but
They were completely controlled by officers. The officer didn't tell them to do something. They didn't. They were lost. Private was lost. They were lost. Were Americans. They
out of the corner of my eye.
They went out. You know, they didn't have to have orders or anything. Took things everything. But you saw an example of that right there. They were. Them Germans there was wearing those heavy overcoats,
which I wouldn't ever brag about.
real heavy overcoats.
I don't know how many I had shot before.
Which
some sniper.
And it wasn't that cold.
Hit me right here.
If they had any brains, they'd have threw away those overcoats.
But I do remember,
you know, got rid of them.
Seeing the clouds go by, and I was just.
They could have moved and maneuvered a hell of a lot faster and quicker and everything. But that's an example of why we won the war too. You know.
And we moved on out from there.